Rivalries are the heartbeat of sports, and basketball is no exception. They are the matchups that ignite passion, divide fan bases, and push players to their absolute limits. From the hardwood floors of the NBA to international courts, these rivalries have defined the sport for generations. In today's episode of the Channel History Hall of Fame, we're diving into some of the most iconic rivalries in basketball history, rivalries that shaped the game as we know it. First up, we have one of the most iconic rivalries not just in basketball, but in all of sports, Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird. This rivalry was more than just two players going head-to-head. It was a clash of styles, cities, and cultures. Johnson, the flashy playmaker from the Los Angeles Lakers, and Bird, the gritty, no-nonsense shooter from the Boston Celtics, met in the NBA Finals 3 times in the 1980s. Their battles captivated the nation, with each game a chess match between the finesse of the Showtime Lakers and the blue-collar toughness of the Celtics. Magic and Bird's rivalry revitalized the NBA, boosting the league's popularity and leading to a golden era for the sport. But perhaps most importantly, their rivalry turned into one of the greatest friendships in sports history. From their intense college championship duel in 1979 to their NBA final showdowns, Magic versus Bird was a rivalry that transcended the game. Next, we move on to another unforgettable rivalry, Michael Jordan versus the Bad Boy Pistons. Before MJ could become the greatest of all time, he had to go through Detroit. The Pistons, led by Isaiah Thomas, were known for their bruising physical defense, especially their Jordan rules, which were designed to shut down Jordan at any cost. For 3 consecutive years, from 1988 to 1990, the Pistons dominated the Bulls in the playoffs, frustrating Jordan and his team. But in 1991, after years of struggle, Jordan and the Bulls finally overcame the Pistons in a legendary sweep that marked the beginning of Chicago's dynasty. This rivalry wasn't just about winning games. It was about toughness, resilience, and the rise of Jordan as the ultimate competitor. Lakers versus Celtics. Need I say more? This rivalry is perhaps the greatest team rivalry in NBA history. It's a saga that has stretched across decades, with the two franchises meeting in the NBA Finals a staggering 12 times, starting in the 1950s and most recently in 2010. The two teams have combined for 34 NBA championships. The 1980s era, featuring Magic and Bird, brought this rivalry to new heights. But the Lakers and Celtics have a rich history going back to the days of Bill Russell and Jerry West. This was more than just a game. It was East Coast versus West Coast, grit versus glamour. Every time these two titans meet, there's a sense that history is being written. Even today, when the Lakers and Celtics face off, there's a sense of something special, something bigger than basketball itself. Fast forward to modern times, and we have a rivalry that's still unfolding, LeBron James versus Kevin Durant. These two players are both considered among the best of their generation, and they've met in the NBA Finals 3 times. Their first meeting in 2012 saw LeBron's Miami Heat triumph over Durant's young Oklahoma City Thunder. But Durant got his revenge when he joined the Golden State Warriors, beating LeBron in back-to-back finals in 2017 and 2018. What makes this rivalry so compelling is their contrasting styles. LeBron, the all-around force who can dominate in every facet of the game, versus Durant, the pure scorer with an unstoppable shot. While they may have mutual respect off the court, whenever they meet on it, the intensity is palpable. This is a rivalry that's still being written and could define the NBA for years to come. Now let's take a quick look at some international rivalries. USA basketball has long been the dominant force in the sport, but international teams have risen to challenge them in competitions like the Olympics and the FIBA World Cup. One of the biggest rivalries in recent history was the USA versus Spain, especially during the 2008 and 2012 Olympic Games, where Spain gave Team USA a serious run for their money. Another classic was the USA versus Argentina, with the latter's shocking upset of the USA during the 2004 Olympics in Athens. These international battles have forced USA basketball to adapt and improve as the global talent pool in basketball continues to grow. Rivalries fuel the fire of competition. They push players to new heights, build legacies, and capture the hearts of fans around the world. Whether it's Magic versus Bird, Jordan versus the Pistons, or LeBron versus Durant, these rivalries are more than just matchups. They are stories that have shaped the history of basketball. And as new rivalries emerge, they will continue to write the future of this incredible sport. Which rivalry do you think is the greatest in basketball history? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the greatest moments in sports history. Until next time, this is the Channel History Hall of Fame, where legends live forever. The video ends with a dynamic outro, showing clips of upcoming topics and the channel's logo.